Marvel's really good, alright? But not this, or this, alright? We're talking about, yeah, that's right, the fucking big boys, the big fellas, the big men. The MCU. The MCU is this fucking mad titan, pun very much intended, that spans 22 movies, 10 television shows, like 14 Disney XD spin-off shows that have their own completely separate MCU, 45 gajillion toys, most of which look like Jay from Red Letter Media, tons of YouTube video essays, and yada 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 yada, you get the point, alright? The MCU's fucking massive. And as it turns out, some of my favorite handsome boys on YouTube are doing a big Marvel playlist talking about their favorite MCU scenes, and it looks like it's open for everybody to join. So since I haven't posted in 10 months and I love the MCU so much, I thought I'd throw my hat in the metaphorical ring before Endgame comes out. But then comes what scene to talk about, right? Well, sure, I could talk about the scene in Iron Man 3 where Tony fights that one fire chick, all handcuffs, or the scene in Winter Soldier where Steve fights Bucky with only his words, or maybe a scene in Jessica Jones Season 2 where Jessica's fears come back to haunt her in the form of Kilgrave. Or maybe this fucking thing. No, I don't think I want to talk about that thing. No, I'm going to talk about my favorite scene from my second favorite Marvel thing ever produced. That's right, baby. We're talking Daredevil. Yeah, I get it. Jack the Boss did Daredevil already, but I don't care, alright? Marcus, Screen Prism, and Mr. Sunny all got to talk about Infinity Wars. I get to talk about Daredevil, okay? I love Daredevil more than my fifth wife. So what scene is in Daredevil that really gets me, huh? What scene moves me to no end, shakes me to my core, rocks my soul? What's marvelous? Well, it's not these three, so throw those ones out. They suck. Alright, it's not this one, although I would probably talk about this one some other time. Definitely not this one, although this one comes really, really close. No, we're going to talk about the church.
Hello, Karen.
During the final season of Daredevil, we come to know the church is a place of serenity and a home for our hero. Kinda like Jessica Jones' office or Thor's alcoholism. It's pretty bad. This church is a safe haven where Matt goes when he's in trouble. So knowing this, my girl Tamara Becker, who also wrote the only 2 good episodes of Iron Fist, bless you Tamara, decided to throw a little curveball at the audience. Karen Page goes to hide at the church, knowing she's being hunted by Bullseye, which automatically paints a target on our hero's safe haven. And for the first time in the season, this place of serenity is turned into a nightmarish hellscape. So let's talk about why this scene makes me want to curl up into a ball and cry myself to sleep.
Number 1! Karen Page!
So I don't know if you guys knew this, but Karen Page is kind of the shit. She's pretty great, her entire character is flawless, she's well written, funny, and we really love her character. So of course we all want her to survive this. This makes the scene super duper fucking tense because now we have a real threat of something to lose. It doesn't help that in this exact scenario in the comics, Karen is killed by Bullseye while protecting Matt. So of course the expected outcome is less than happy. This sets up a very grim tone for the scene that remains consistent the whole way through, and also giving it this very eerie and frightening atmosphere, almost like a horror film. It also helps that Deborah Ann Wool is one of the greatest actors in the entire MCU, so her performance is incredibly convincing. Speaking of convincing,
Number 2! The action!
Every single shot of action in this fight is fucking pure testosterone running through your veins. It is mind-boggling, heart-pumping, dick-churning action that makes you go absolutely bonkers. This incredible balance of the complete practical fighting of Bullseye and the Man Without Fear, the excellent cinematography, the spine-chilling score, and the acknowledgement of the hostages as an active role in the fight is a very fucking delicate one. But it's a balance they balance flawlessly. When Matty Boy gets hit by something, you fucking feel that shit. You go, ouch! Oh gosh! That sure was a shame.
Number 3! The cinematography! Oh, God!
Those symmetrical face shots, the impressive red lighting, the long sweeping camera movements, the reveal shots. Holy fucking damn, this is a gorgeous looking scene. Not a single shot here looks ugly. It's all purposeful, and it has a purpose to its purposefulness. Seriously, don't watch this on a laptop. Don't even watch this on Netflix. Buy the Blu-ray release, watch it on HDTV. Every pixel of the screen is emotionally moving. As they move to more shadowy parts of the church, the color turns from an oppressive, looming red to a dark gray and brown. the camera getting progressively more unstable as Matt begins to lose the fight, the gorgeous shot on the balcony as Matt and Dex reach the climax of the fight, the shakiness and the more symmetrical style that once represented both sides of the conflict slowly becoming one, combining, and the final shot of Dex falling to the ground upon his defeat, which is completely practical. It just isn't fair. The fact that this show is real isn't fair to other shows. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna actually die. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. Speaking of dying, hey, that's a good transition.
Number 4, subverting your expectation.
Alright, so the most important part of this battle happens at the very beginning. The death. As you may have guessed, Karen doesn't actually bite the dust here. It's actually Matt's last remaining father figure, Father Lantum. Now, before we go completely serious and look at some of the deeper themes in this death, I do want to mention the brilliant subversion of expectations.
Birmingham's motherfucking brawl, come down, snubby, that's the energy, I'll come out of the house, and I'll break your fucking legs, you know what?
Yet, this episode is titled Karen. It's based on the Guardian Devil arc from the comics, and is the sole episode of this season that takes the most inspiration from that arc, as most of the season's inspirations come from Born Again. The sole focus of 80% of this episode is Karen, her backstory, and how she seems destined for tragedy. Throughout the first 2 seasons, there are numerous moments where Karen should have died and survived purely because Matt intervened or if she did something weird. This goes the same for The Punisher in the first 9 episodes of Season 3 of Daredevil. They were setting up Karen to die. The stage was set, the forks were on the fucking table, her arc was finished, this was her final hour, the final moment. Except it wasn't. Do you remember earlier in the episode when I mentioned the writer, my girl, Tamara Becker? Well, apparently Tamara Becker is the best writer of all fucking history, because all this build-up set up perfectly, allowing us to feel acceptance for her death, and Tamara subverted that shit in a clever but not unreasonable way. Karen survives the encounter, but Father Lantum does not. Alright, no more jokes, time to get serious. There's a lot of religious symbolism you can take from this. You can see Matt's father, Stick, and Lantum as the 3 wise men who delivered the gifts to Jesus Christ. The gifts in this scenario being love, power, and wisdom. And Jesus being Matt because he's a martyr, dedicating his life to helping others. There's a lot of subtext here. I could go on about it, but I don't want this video to get really controversial. Matt's religion is definitely an incredibly large part of the story in this season, so a religious meaning would make sense. But the perspective I choose to take is that Matt's father died trying to make money for his son to live off of. Stick was killed by the only woman that Matt ever loved. But now Lantum, the holy man who was with Matt through most of his life, was killed by an exaggerated persona of Matt's alter ego. While Karen's death has been built up to the entire season, so is Lantum's. Lantum and Matt's mother have a constant insistence throughout the season that his alternate life is endangering himself and those he loves. They have constant attempts to intervene and help him, and they're trying to save him from the devil, but the devil came into their place of worship, their holy place, like a Trojan horse, and he killed a holy man while getting in. Lantum trying to save Matt from the devil of Hell's Kitchen is the whole reason instead, because Matt let the devil out. In a purely symbolic sense, Bullseye is the devil. He's exactly what Matt fears to become, and the powerful message of this exact thing he could have turned into being the downfall of his father figure is like, fuck, it's hard for me to sleep at night thinking of that. And yeah, that fist fight at the end of the season holds a lot of more significance, but to me, this was the most breathtaking moment of Daredevil, and my most marvelous scene in the MCU. You know, other than the ending of Spider-Man Homecoming. Hey, this is Noah, and thanks for watching me scream at you about a dumb comic book show for 10 minutes. I want to give a big old thanks to Nando V Movies, who started this incredible project and gave me the inspiration to actually work on a video for this. I'm super in love with Marvel, and to get to talk about it on this channel is quite fun. If you want to see more videos like mine, but better, check out the One Marvelous Scene playlist. There you'll find guys like Captain Midnight, Cosmonaut Variety Hour, and High Tops Films talking about these dumb comic book stories that bring everybody together. Right now I just woke up, and I haven't even put on pants yet. I spent most of the night editing this fucking thing, so don't worry though, I won't go missing for 9 months again. Next video should be out very soon, maybe within the next month, as well as some new side projects I'm working on. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go watch Spider-Verse again for like the 15th time. I love that movie. That's a good movie. Bye.